Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to pose a question to MGTOW. And I believe that the running premise is that things are so unfair in a gynocentric state, in a globalist, collective, authoritative, matriarchal state. They're so bad for men that eventually this system must collapse. It must run out of money and it must come crashing down. And then it'll all have to reset. I believe that's what many MGTOW believe is going to happen. But here's the question that I want to put out. What if it doesn't collapse? What if it just keeps limping along well past your expiration date and my expiration date? What if it doesn't collapse for 1,000 years? What does your lack of participation in the system mean if it doesn't collapse? It's an upsetting thought, isn't it? I know it is. This isn't going to make me really popular or anything like that because it goes against, the running theories, and it's a very upsetting thought. However, I want you to be aware of it, and I want you to consider it as a definite possibility, because then I believe you can take another set of actions to improve your current situation in life, independent of what's happening to a gynocentric matriarchal authoritative state, and what it's doing. It also moves the individual man into a greater position of insignificance. In other words, what if the change that you want and that you need is not going to come until, well after you're gone? That you're just a stepping stone in that direction? Does that change how you look at the world and how you interact with the world? I say it does. I say it changes the way you have to move forward in the world. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Excuse me. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, that's really cruel of Howard Dare. But I'm not the one, okay? I didn't come up with this idea. This is definitely a Nietzschean idea, okay, that this whole thing is just going to go on as it's been going on. And it's also a mathematical statistical idea as well, okay? It's an engineering principle as well. An object in motion tends to continue in motion unless acted upon by another object of greater force, okay? We've been going in this direction. The path has been cleared. This is our orbit. Every day up until now, it has not collapsed. So what are the odds? What about the individual life? Can it collapse? Can the support and the economics around it and the emotional support and the strength, can it collapse? Oh yeah, it can collapse, and it will collapse at some point. That's part of the message. So consider that as a possibility as you move throughout your day. How does that change what you do? Your planning, right? You're going to be here for the duration, and the giant change that you want is not going to come. Wouldn't that dictate that you make the best of the situation at hand? I think it does. And I think that's the smart way to look at it too. No matter what's going to happen, I think that that's the intelligent way to move forward. And I think it changes the outlook on the situation. The Chinese have a saying, and I'm going to mess this up. Yeah, I can only paraphrase. But one of the worst things in the world is to wait for something that never comes. Stop waiting. Make the most of your life right now, today, in everything that you do. Assume that nothing is going to change. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse, But even it's not going to get worse so that it collapses. It's just going to get worse. And I hope that you don't think I'm being pessimistic here. I'm actually trying to lift people out of pessimism. Make the most of the day. Seize the day. This is the message. Not bide your time and hold your breath for the collapse. Don't do that. Even if there is a collapse coming, I don't actually know, but I don't think so. You've heard my, logic on that. Build up your strength today so that you will be prosperous tomorrow, no matter what. What's the problem? You're going to work hard all day anyway. At the end of the day, you will have worked your 16 hours. So, what's it going to be for? Or you could do nothing and hold back and wait for some eventual possible collapse. Or you could do everything that you can do today, spend the energy, because you're going to spend it anyway, to make tomorrow, for you, a better day. And I just feel that that's a much better outlook on the situation. It's less hopeless, and it doesn't matter if there is an actual societal collapse or even a local collapse. What you're protecting against is the individual life collapse. And part of that is being hopeful. You know, I have conversations with other MGTOW, and everybody feels strongly, about their positions. And I know that a lot of people see the situation as hopeless. And what I'm suggesting is that even if it is, so what? Stop complaining. Make the most of what you have right now. Make the best of it. Now, perhaps you might argue, well, that's a fool's errand. Why would I work hard for nothing? But I'm saying that it's not for nothing. It's for you. And what, the angry MGTOW is saying is that it's pointless. But tomorrow will come. That's what I'm saying. Consider that it doesn't all collapse, that you will be here tomorrow. And you will have to, and you're going to want to be in a better position tomorrow than you are today. Now, I understand that the man who has allowed himself to become a servant doesn't see it that way. All he wants is to rest. All he wants is his comfort for today. But that's the attitude of a beaten slave. No, you work for yourself. You are your own master. You are an independent agent. You are an independent contractor. You might be working for someone else, but no, you're working for yourself. And you have to operate on the premise that you will be here tomorrow. This way you can, that's being hopeful, right? That the systems and the structures that are here today will be here tomorrow. And you want to be in a better position tomorrow. Even though you know that the game is rigged and it's very unfair against you, this is still the better way forward. Now, are you going to be an idiot and delude yourself and say to yourself, oh, there's a chance I can win the lottery? There's a chance this girl's going to be a unicorn? There are no female unicorns. It's part of mythology. All unicorns are male. Check it out. There you go. Put that in your little bag of tricks. Sorry. Excuse me. So even if it is all going to come crashing down, even if the system is fundamentally unfair to men, even if the system is so bad that you refuse to participate in that system and to help sustain a system that is interested in enslaving you with political correctness and a collective group mindset of which you are not really a part. You can contribute into the group collective, but you can't get anything out of the group collective because you're a man, and it would be actually shameful for you to do so. These are part of the assumptions that we make. There's a male way of looking at the world, and it really is that of a builder, a nest builder, a provider, a protector. And then there is a female way of looking at the world, and a child way, and a dependent way of looking at the world. And that is that they want that nest built. They want those walls built. They want those institutions built. They need that protection. But they lose sight of the fact that somebody else has to build it. So each side assumes that the other side looks at the world in the same way that they look at the world. In other words, I'm a builder. I'm a man. I overcome obstacles in the physical world. My emotions, my physical state, my physical comfort and pleasure, it doesn't matter too much. I can put that aside. It's not like I'm pregnant. It's not like I'm going to be having a baby or anything like that. See what I mean? It's not like I'm, stuck inside of my emotions. It's not like I'm afraid. It's not like I don't have a plan. No problem. And I assume that everybody else looks at the world in that way. But they don't. Of course they don't, right? She's a hen. She's sitting on a batch of eggs. She needs to be fat, happy, and contented. She likes to have extra shoes and purses and clothes. She likes to be sure of the security of things. She doesn't like to take chances. She doesn't like to go exploring. Do you know what a man does when everything is in place, okay? When you've got everything in order, you know what men do? They go out and they explore. Or they try to invent something new. So there's these fundamental differences, okay? We assume that each side sees the world the same way that you individually see it. And it's just not true. So it's this, the problem is it's about 4 times more complex than we think it is. The men are looking at the world and saying, look, this is the natural solution to everything. Can't you see it? This is how civilization is built. This is how it's maintained. The women are looking at the world and saying, look, this is how women get pregnant and have children, and they're healthy and they're fat and they're happy. And that's what sustains the world. Can't you see that? It's the most important thing. And each side thinks that the other side sees things the same way because that's the way they see it, right? An egocentric world. Everybody sees themselves as the center of the universe and as, the deciding factor in all of it. It's like, oh, everybody sees it the same way I do. But of course they don't. Anyway, it's a little off topic. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let me know what you think about this and the other topic in the comments section below. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate. We need your support here at the Howard Dare channel. And join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, MGTOW.